Hey guys, welcome back to the Northeast Florida surf fishing forecast for December 29th through the 31st. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and got all the fishing goodies they needed and are ready to catch some fish. This video was shot in Ponte Vedra Monday afternoon. Is northeast winds at about 10. Water was beautiful, sort of a dark green. The only problem, guys, here in Northeast Florida right now for surf fishing is the water is hovering around the 58, 59 degree water mark. So if you've been surf fishing a long time, you know that means the fish slow down greatly along the beach. And if you're new to fishing, it still means the fishing really slows down. Even the whiting become a little bit more lethargic. So like I said in the previous video, if you're still gonna fish, try soaking your shrimp in Diet Pepsi, guys. It really works. Like I said, the Diet Pepsi, it has to be Diet Pepsi, guys. Not Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, but it does work good. So if you are gonna fish the next few days, you're looking at Tuesday, we're gonna have northeast winds at 10 to 15, but they're only calling for 2-foot surf. So that will be very fishable at the low tide. Low tides are gonna be ranging in the afternoon right now, mid-afternoon. So it's a good tide to fish. On Wednesday, we're gonna have east winds in the morning, switching over to the southeast by the afternoon, 10 to 15. And then on Thursday, east to southeast winds, 5 to 10. So honestly, the next 3 days look very fishable. Like I said, with the water being so cold, if you want to get some good numbers of whiting or pompano, you are going to have to head south. The pictures at the beginning of the video of the pompano and whiting, those were caught south. Right now, Flagler, the surf temperature there is 64. And for pompano, we like to look for that 67 degree mark. And then you go down to Melbourne Beach, the water temperature is 69. So anywhere past Flagler towards Melbourne should be loaded with pompano and whiting. And there are plenty of sand fleas right now. My buddy fished Ormond Beach today. They killed the whiting, lots of big whiting, and tons of sand fleas. The pompano and whiting are demolishing the sand fleas, guys. If you are not gonna head south and you wanna stay in the Northeast Florida area, I suggest Ponte Vedra, fish the trough. As the week goes on, it's gonna get a little bit warmer. If the water will jump up to around 60, 61, they will start to bite there. I don't think it'll be great numbers, but they will bite. If you wanna try the inlets, like the Volano Inlet, the Volano Pier inside the inlet by the bridge, or Nassau Sound, the river whiting as we call them, they're a little bit darker and they got small teeth. They'll hang in the inlets during the cold weather and sit in the deeper areas, and they will bite a little bit better than on the beach. If you want to target something else, the trout and reds are fired up in the intercoastal right now. It's cold, so what you do is look for where the creeks are, say, feeding out into a deeper area. All that warm mud warms up the water as it's going out, and those fish like to feed in it. As it empties out, try to find a spot where it's a little bit deeper, and the fish will literally sit in their area waiting for the creeks to empty out so they can ambush their prey. I use float rigs with live shrimp. I've been catching trout and reds on it, as well as a few of my friends have been doing really well on the trout and reds on the low tides. High tide, it's been very slow, as the fish are probably going up as far in the creeks as possible. If you look around on the Facebook and social media, the local guides here are doing really well, going way up in the creeks, killing the redfish. They're getting in as shallow as they can to soak up that sun. I imagine the water in the river is actually colder than the beach, probably 54, 55 maybe, which is cold. But the sheephead are still biting at the inlets, as well as the black drum around the rocks, piers. Flagler Pier is still catching sheephead and some drum and some whiting. Like I said, if you want pompano, you need to go south. Find where the water starts to be 67. Also, clean water. You need that clean water. If it's dirty, keep driving until you find some clean water. Matanzas is still catching Matanzas Inlet area, drum and sheephead on the pilings, and speckled trout around the bridge, and whiting. I haven't heard of too many pompano coming up there here the last few days. Something interesting though, I have a friend in North Carolina. He sent me another picture today. They're still catching pompano up in North Carolina, and the water temperature is 57. Not great numbers, but the fish they are catching are huge. So it is possible, you know, we might pick up a few here in Northeast Florida. My suggestion would be the same, inlets, fish to inlets. In fact, a buddy of mine, Darren, he's caught 2 or 3 pompano in the last week fishing in the intercoastal, fishing with a float rig on live shrimp. Nice pompano. They're thick. So the inlets seem to be the place where the pompano will hang out in this area when the water really drops. The fish can do whatever they want, so all we can go by is what the past has shown us. So I'm not one to say we can't catch pompano here in Northeast Florida still, but judging from past results, it's very unlikely. And if you really want to target them and get on some numbers, head south. But with that being said, we'll be back New Year's Eve for the final forecast and the first forecast of the new year. So hopefully everyone gets a chance to fish this week. If you have to fish the river, remember live shrimp seems to be the key. And if you can find any fiddlers or mud crabs or spider crabs or live sand fleas, go after the sheephead. You can try calling Atlantic Coast Seafood, 904-642-6340. They are closed on Tuesdays, but that is Larry Finch's store, and they carry live sand fleas. When he goes down south to fish, he always brings back a bucket load, and they sell them at the store, big cup full, for, I think for $6. It's a good deal. So give them a call. Remember though, they are closed on Tuesdays. So Wednesday morning, they open up at 10. All right, guys, y'all have a good one, and send me your catches and let me know how you're doing. Fish on.